So if you're familiar with DMT and NATs, this is NAS, the first one actually, non-arbitrary spaces. And before that, there was non-arbitrary tokens. Um, and NAT, there's DMT, NatCats. They were the first collection that basically have traits and generated traits, all using Bitcoin's digital matter theory. If you're not familiar with digital matter theory, you could look it up. But basically, digital matter theory has to do with like fractal patterns that exist in Bitcoin, and I believe it's actually kind of similar as far as like UTXOs, as far as like the Bitcoin community or the Bitcoin developers won't be able to like necessarily backdate Bitcoin or kind of necessarily like take it out with BRC20s. They can. SRC20s they can't, because the the data or the art or whatever is inscribed on the UTXOs and not individual Satoshis. And it's kind of interesting, as I was reading this, they kind of put um, these NAT tokens up there with Ordi and Bitmaps. Also, too, I remember reading how they were saying Bitmaps is sort of, you know, like Nat, like Nat theories. But anyways, what I wanted to really talk about is that, well, obviously, do your own research and everything like that, right? But Terabits, if you want to get in the ordinal game, this is probably a good entry because they are very relatively cheap on the side, even though people minted this for basically free. I missed out on it, but I do have Terabits and probably will possibly buy more because this is the first non-arbitrary space, and Terabits is basically in a way like land on Bitcoin, and they have different traits as far as like gold, water, or etc. And what we actually just found out is that everybody has been mining. Everybody has been mining runes, and we didn't even know it, which is pretty dope. I believe they're only trading at about a couple $100 each, but I think this is like a project people are sleeping on because it shot up all the way up to 0.005, about $400, and it's down now, and it's been going down for the last couple days. A lot of people buy the rumor, sell the news, and when the news came out, it kind of dumped a little bit. But as you see here, you basically buy this plot called Terabits, and it has different attributes of how much water, land, forest, gold mines, and stones and ore. And based on what you have here and the amount that you have, you're mining certain amounts of runes based off that. And what's dope is that it's been mining ever since that it basically launched. But I just want to share that with you guys. Terabits, it could be a great play to get into, a great entry to get into in ordinals. But once again, do your own research, learn a little bit more about DMT theory and NATs. It is pretty complex, but in that article, it does seem like they are trying to put it on a pedestal as high as Ordi's, BRC20s, Bitmaps. As I'm in the ordinal space, it does look like it does have a higher pedestal, higher like potential than these other standards like the SRC20s and the ORC20s. SRC20s could still be a great play in my opinion, but I really like the ordinal space the most. But they're still like super cheap. The SRC20 stamps is basically what I was explaining earlier, as far as instead of inscribing data on a Satoshi, you're inscribing it on a UTXO. But that's what I wanted to share with you. So NatCats was the first NFT collection. I guess you could say NFT collection just for simplicity terms, but the first art collection on digital mat theory. I was digital matter theory, and I was actually reading some tweets and stuff, and people were actually saying like they were pretty impressed how they did it, because how complex DMT, digital matter theory, and Nats are. It was actually pretty impressive on how they were able to create traits and have Bitcoin generate the traits to create this image. But Terabits basically did the same thing, but took it a little bit further with spaces. And Bitmaps was technically the first one that did it with spaces. But as you see here, they do explain a little bit on how they actually kind of came across this new this new um this new idea on how to basically utilize it with non-arbitrary spaces, like the potential concepts of non-arbitrary spaces, and they were able to make that happen. But it is actually really cool. I think this could potentially do very well. And it does look like they got plans for some more stuff. Um, so their Twitter is a Terabit underscore NAS. And yeah, they only been out for a week. It was a stealth launch, no prior marketing, no collaborations. 98% of the total supply was minted by the community. Yep. So if you're mining runes, and what's dope is that I was reading a tweet of a guy that said he was talking to Casey, which is the guy who launched Ordinals, which is also creating runes on the Bitcoin halving. He was saying that he actually understands the tokenomics, the Ponzi-nomics of crypto, and how everybody loves to make a lot of money and gamble. And he's actually specifically trying to orchestrate runes to where we could be able to, see a lot of gains, 100x's, 1000x's, 10,000x's. And he has that sort of, mindset on his idea of runes and how to execute that. We will see when that happens. Runes and BRC20s, we will see who takes the lead. It's usually, first movers advantage usually has the biggest advantage, and the most market cap probably will be in like the BRC20s, such as the ordinals and the sats. But we'll see what happens with the runes. But if you want to get in runes early, Terabits is a relatively affordable way to get in. It's only a couple $100 right now. And there's a lot of projects right now that are mining runes. I would say maybe several. You got R6 miners, which was the first runes miner airdrop, or first airdrop that allowed different early ordinal communities to start mining runes. And I mean, technically we're not mining runes technically because it's not out yet, but when you own this ordinal, they're basically keeping track of how much rune allocation you're gonna get. But I think, runes definitely, if you want to get in early, a lot of this shit has to do with getting in early. And the biggest gains happen in the ordinal space when you are able to mint something for, just the price of a Bitcoin transaction at zero market cap, and being able to capitalize it when there's a lot of liquidity and, people buying and etc. What I also find cool too is that they have an animated 3D preview of Terabits. All right, let me see if I can find it. So that's NatCats. I think I got it on my profile actually. Yeah, I'm the Count Crypto on Twitter. But yeah, this is like a 3D picture of what my Terabits looks like. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, guys, Oh, definitely. Oh yeah, and I just met my friend Young Content in Charlotte. Shot over there and I met up with him. We talked crypto, but definitely check out his YouTube channel. Dope stuff. He actually in his little Discord group, his members minted Bored Apes. So this guy got his game. Shout out to him. But definitely check out Terabits. Also, too, I was lucky enough to get into ordinals early enough to be able to get and qualify for a Runestone airdrop. So that's dope. But that is it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.